August 28th, 2021. Excuse me, in 1975 May, I went on to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office as a dispatcher. At some point from May of 75 until November of 77, and maybe a little bit after, I got an apartment. It was a Spanish colonial, you know, with arches, and they had French windows that ran along the side. I mean, that was sort of scary because somebody could stand right there. I mean, you just walk right in, right? They're the same way today. They're a foot from the ground, right? And it was pre-furnished, and it had one of those Chanel bedspreads, like white with little strips, like a little wavery things. And I was working at JSO from May of 75 until November of 77. I would say somewhere in there I had that apartment. I remember watching that prize fight, Thrilla in Manila. And it was a bad time because I had a Scotty that got parvo and nobody knew what parvo was, and she didn't survive. She got parvo. Nobody knew what parvo was at that point. Anyway, I guess I worked the day shift. You know how you're tired and you just get home and maybe you did grocery shopping and you're just tired? It had a screen door. There was an apartment on one side and an apartment on the other. Very old building. It was a Spanish colonial. Baltic Avenue in Arapahoe in the heart of Ortega. Baltic, Baltic in Arapahoe. It was right off the park. And there was a big cistern, like a big vase. I had painted it navy blue that sat outside. And we had screen doors and a regular door, like a glass door and a screen door. And I got off work and I laid in my clothes on top of the bedspread. And, you hear all these terrible things from JSO. They're always telling you stuff. And it was twilight, it was dusk or whatever. And things were getting shadowy. And I had left that screen door open to get some breeze. Not screen door wasn't open, but I mean, the regular door was open, but the screen door was the only thing that was latched. And they still had those same screen doors, and they got like a little metal thing at the bottom part, looked like a fireplace thing, And I was laying there, and I looked up, and that picture where Bundy is spraying them children with the hose? Slender. There was a guy like that wearing like cream-colored clothing, and he had something in his hand, and I don't know if this was a premonition or what, because this would have been from May of 75 to sometime in November of 77. Don't know when. It couldn't have been beyond 75 because I think he was arrested in 76 or something, but maybe during the year of 75 or something. And I looked up from my drowsiness, and there was some guy standing there with either a letter or something in his hand. And I just jumped out of that bed like a banshee or like a jack-in-the-box. I just jumped and I ran right towards that door. And my heart was racing. And I remember thinking, I don't know who it was or why he was there. Who he was, I never did. It was gone. And I was proud of myself to think that whatever was coming at me, because you hear all this stuff at JSO. I mean, you hear all these terrible things. So some dude is standing there with something in his hand. Could have been the landlord. I don't know who it was, but I just always remember that because it creeped me out. But I was proud of myself that when I did notice it, instead of running away and getting trapped somewhere, I went right for that screen door. I jumped like a banshee and I ran towards it. And I remember, and the person wasn't there anymore. I don't know where he went. I didn't go out around the little, step down the step and see. There was a park right across from us, from where I lived. I don't know. I just always remember that. I don't know why. Thank you.